I'm Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with Australia's second most painful stinging tree.
Australia.
1, 2, 3.
Alter, warum macht er das?
So why in the world would I want to be intentionally stung by this plant species?
So
Well,
klingt
we wanna
Klaus
figure
immer
out a
beim
couple of things.
Durchfall.
Number
Was?
1, how susceptible am I to plant venoms? Number 2, is the sting really as bad as I've read about? And number 3,
Kommst du leiser?
if you do run into this plant in the wild, what are some ways that you can help alleviate the pain and remove the nettles from your arm? That's what they call in the industry the devil's toilet paper. All right, should we keep hiking and find one that's a little bit bigger?
Oh, this whole hillside, look.
Holy cow, the hillside is literally filled with these. That is all giant stinging trees right there.
Das ist die Radion von Australien.
A lot
Ja,
easier to
toll.
find stinging plants than it is the stinging insects. Looks like we've got our pick of the crop out here. Now it's just a matter of finding the right leaf that's gonna put this forearm into a world of pain. This tree behind me right here would not be considered a giant. It's just a baby. But believe it or not, this species can grow to be nearly 100 feet in height. Now, as they get bigger, the spines on their main stem, their trunk, so to speak,
Hallo Traitor.
begin to evolve away, and all of the irritating nettles are just on the stalks and the leaves themselves. As you can see, these leaves have holes in them from caterpillars. You think that this defense would have evolved to take care of things like insects that are going to eat the leaves, but really this toxin only affects mammals. Okay, so this is the leaf I'm going to go for right here. And plant, thank you for letting us use one of your leaves. I'm going to be very gentle about this, almost like a game of operation, to work my arm in here so that I don't accidentally bump any of the other leaves. I'm going to cut
Ich würde es lachen, wenn er aber einen
right
berührt.
at the base. Okay, there we go.
Also das nicht
The
mal
Australian giant
ohne,
stinging tree.
ohne ganzen Körperschutz in Australien
Now,
rumlaufen.
Before we get into the
Selbst solche
exciting
Blätter
part,
sind
the stinging
dein
part,
Ende.
I want to just take a look
Was zur
at
Hölle?
this leaf. We're going to show you guys some macro shots of the nettles that are on the undersides. These are known as trichomes, and the trichomes specifically are like little barbs filled with a neurotoxin. Scientists believe that this neurotoxin is very similar to that which you find in the cone snail, one of the most painful stings in the marine animal kingdom. Now, I've never been stung by a cone snail because it's said that if you take a cone snail sting, you will be hospitalized. The way those trichomes work is that if you picture a needle with the tip of it being very sharp, hypodermic in nature, that tip breaks off once those little hairs touch skin, and they release that toxin, causing massive irritation, which triggers your pain receptors. And what's really unique is that scientists don't know why the pain receptors are set off and last as long as they do. Now, those trichomes are located on the top of the leaf, but also on the underside and all along the stem. Okay.
Jetzt, Mann, jetzt reibt es endlich ins
Time to get down
Gesicht.
to business here. What's crazy about this is
Komm.
I'm not going to be able to remove these nettles. They, in a sense, are microscopic, especially once they get into your skin. And like shards of fiberglass, they're going to work their way down and in. The
Reibt dir das
pain
jetzt ins
will begin
Gesicht?
to come on within a matter of seconds and will get worse and worse as the minutes go by.
Ja, erklärt's
Now, we
halt.
do
Ne?
have a method that I've read about that could possibly remove some of those nettles from my arm. But first things first, we've got to get the nettles into
Durch den
the
Tod
skin.
der sorgt er selber dafür.
And I'm about to enter the pain zone with the Australian giant stinging tree.
Und jetzt mache ich Pause. Danke, Klaus, für deine Vergiftung an Sanso. Vielen, vielen Dank.
Here we go. 1, 2. I don't need to smack my arm. All I need to do is gently graze the leaf over the
Ausgerutscht?
forearm
Ah,
like
ja.
this, and I'm gonna be nettled multiple times. Oh boy. 3. Oh my. Jeez. Holy immediate searing pain. Oh my gosh. That is instantaneous. Okay, it's not a slow lead on. It is the second the leaf touches your skin. It feels like if you were to put Pop Rocks in your mouth and they start exploding, and then they just start hurting right away. Holy Holy cow, that is getting worse as the seconds go by. Okay, so you can start to see all those little welts forming. The arm is beginning to turn red.
Alter, der hat halt nur da drüber gestrichen über seine Haut. What the f...
Jellyfish of the plant kingdom. And those tiny nettles are almost like the nematophores that come off of the jellyfish's tentacles. Oh, I want to like rub it or do something to it, but I know if I do that, it's only going to work the nettles in deeper.
Jetzt ins
Now, it's
Gesicht.
important to note that this is the second most painful stinging plant in Australia. The #1 top tier, the one that they call the suicide plant, is called the Gympie. Now, we once ranked the bullet ant as the #1 sting in the insect kingdom. From there, it climbed up to the giant hornet and the execution wasp. So supposedly, this sting from this plant is like the comparison of the Japanese giant hornet. Honestly, at this point, I'd say the plant is starting to get into that realm of sticking my hand into a box full of yellow jackets. Now, I've been very public in saying that the hand in the angry yellow jacket box is the most painful experience I've ever gone through.
Wo ist das Video? Ich will es sehen.
That, but if the
Wo ist das Video? Ich will es
pain
sehen.
continues to increase, as it is now, I'm in for a very painful next 24 hours. Okay, so when you think about it, I barely
Jetzt ins
grazed that
Gesicht.
leaf
Ah, Mann.
over my forearm. Imagine if you were to be hiking on the side of one of these steep inclinements and you slipped and you fell and you rolled down that hill like Humpty Dumpty, head over heels through these plants, how bad that would be. It feels as if somebody has taken a hot glue gun.
Boah, diese
and
ganzen
spread the
Punkte.
glue on my
Boah,
forearm, and I
eklig.
can't actually get the glue off
Man sieht
of
aber
my
die
skin.
Reaktion. Das
And
ist
it's
echt
beginning to
heftig.
radiate, and I can feel it coming in these surges of whomp whomp. Whomp whomp.
Nee, ich glaube nicht, dass der Schauspieler, der macht das halt. Es ist anscheinend sein Job, dass er sich Schmerzen zufügt. Dann kann er schon, hat er sich trainiert zu reden dabei.
Womp womp. Like that's
Also,
and scientists don't quite know why
ja, nicht das
this
erste Video, was er macht.
reacts
Ist schon
to
einfach
humans, to
Psycho, der
male
Typ.
DNA the way that it does. All right, so what we're gonna do now is let this set in for a bit longer, and then
Was?
I'm gonna try one of
Wächst
the
er sich
remedies
jetzt?
that I saw online, using hair wax strips to remove some of those trichomes from the skin. What I want to do is lay the wax
Jetzt,
starting at the
Alter,
back
jetzt wächst er sich.
into the nettle zone, just like that. Slowly,
Nadel wieder raus.
massage that wax in. Now a little bit of
Das tut richtig weh.
is what's gonna help that
Also, wenn man
wax
auch viele Haare oder so hat, Alter.
to the skin, and at the same time, hopefully, those nettles. I want to remove as many of those from my skin as possible. Now, if you can get yourself to wax strips faster than the 3 hours and 30 minutes that I let go by, it would be better because remember, these are going to constantly be working themselves down and into the skin. All right, I feel like that's on there pretty good. You guys ready? Here we go.
Zieh ganz
Peel
schnell,
off
komm.
the strip fast and quickly.
Ja, los, mach.
1, 2, 3. Oh!
Ja, das ist nicht schön.
Ow! Whoa! God, that really hurt.
Ja, klar tut es
I
weh.
don't know. I don't know if that made it any better. Might have made it worse, to be honest with you. I maybe can see some very fine little. Yeah, I definitely can. There's no way you're going to see this on camera, but I 100% can see that it has removed some of the nettles. And I wonder.
Imagine, du hast Mikronal in deinen Arm und danach direkt erst so Haarwachsstreifen drauf. Der Typ ist ja durch. Wenn er bei Brustentauchen gestorben macht das nie wieder. Ich kann es absolut verstehen, das ist die Hölle. Es tut wirklich sehr weh.
From an angle, this is how I was able to see the nettles.
An diesen
earlier.
Schmerz gewöhnt man sich auch nicht.
From an angle, don't see any nettles remaining. But to play it safe, I'm going to use my one other side to this wax strip.
Oh, natürlich nochmal. Klar, warum nicht nochmal? Es ist ja...
Wax strip number 2 coming off. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yowzers. Oh, well, hopefully I got all the rest of them that time. Oh yeah, they're definitely pulling out. That is fantastic. They just look like
Also okay, im Gesicht
white
Wachsstreifen.
fibers. And essentially, that's exactly what nettles are. All right, well, if you happen to find yourself in this
Alter.
worst case scenario,
Ja, was denn?
stumble upon a giant stinging tree, and you get those nettles in your arm, that is proof right there that wax strips will help remove those that have not
Aber guter Tipp mit den Wachsstreifen. Gut, dass ich nie nach Australien fliegen werde. Selbst die Pflanzen töten dich. Jimpy. Macht Pimpi deine Haut und ja.
I know you guys all want to see what it's like for a coyote to be stung by the world's most painful plant, and I think that episode is definitely necessary. Okay, there it is. The Gimpy leaf.
Das ist noch schlimmer, ne?
Oh, the water definitely makes it worse. This is terrible at the moment. Absolutely terrible.
Nein, gib mir mehr.
I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave.
Gib mir Gimpy.
Stay wild. We'll see.
Sei nicht in Australien. Australien tötet dich. Nur mit Ritterrüstung.
Very painful.
Und die darfst du auch nicht ausziehen, sonst krabbeln dir da die Spinnen und so alles rein. Alter, der Typ ist so durch, ne? Was geht mit ihm? Gimpy.